the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says justice on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Antonio Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go so fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
One prettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead. What? This guy say forehead.
You
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad? What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
No,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro, he met until.
Potty up the microphones. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I'm no longer from Long Island, so I'm just the outlaw, Zach Droll. I'm here joined by my illustrious panel of co-hosts. We have to my right, Mr. Marathon Mike, and then down below we have the Goon Christian. Guys, I'm alive. I made it safely to North Kakalaki. I'm not dead. The weather is beautiful. Do you want to hear what the temperature is gonna be on Monday, Mike? 'Cause I already told Christian here.
What is it gonna be like?
80 degrees.
65 and 80. Oh, Jesus
80
Christ!
degrees in the middle of fucking March.
Oh, the end, but still, Jesus.
Just love it. It was 65 when I arrived here. I was able to walk outside in just t-shirt and shorts.
Oh, that part's nice.
Oh, yes, it is.
Meanwhile, I'm still wearing a fucking jacket every day because I wake up freezing every goddamn morning, and it takes me like hours to warm up for some reason.
It's so nice here. All right, Christian, you have the news. Kick us off as I fill out the tags for the YouTube.
All right,
channel.
first off, we have a little update for people watching AEW pay-per-views. Now going forward until the fucking streaming deal happens, you're gonna be able to watch the AEW pay-per-views on Triller, which used to be Fight. So that was only available internationally for the AEW pay-per-views, but now
that's just mainly from what we remember.
But mainly American viewers can now watch it, order the pay-per-view from Triller in the United States. So I mean, it's not bad. I know a lot of people have problems with Bleacher Report. I never had one. Just I think it's because
And confirm.
maybe I don't know why I've never had a problem with it, because I used to watch it on my Xbox through the Bleacher Report app, and then I got a Roku TV, and then I just have to download the app on there and watch it from there, and I've never had an issue. So I think that those apps are probably more optimized than just the regular online browser app, probably. So we'll see. Your mic's not on.
Yeah, I have it away from my mouth. The only issue I ever had was the one that a lot of people had, which was like the Full Gear one, where it was like everyone was having trouble trying to get into the show. That was the only issue I ever had. I never had any other issue with an AEW pay-per-view.
I don't recall having an issue before Revolution, because I'm sure I would have remembered it, but the one I had during Revolution was pretty damn bad. Because I basically missed the first half hour of the show. If not more.
It happens.
But anyway, that's just a little piece of news there. Also, there's a cool announcement from New Japan, which is
Also,
more than
Zach,
just-
can you lower my mic just a smidge on the stream? I feel like I'm coming across as
I can't.
blasting.
I can't. Oh, I have to lower your actual volume on Discord then.
Yeah, I feel like I'm coming in like way too loud.
That's just me on accident. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So a little cool news about coming from the Japan side of things. They're doing an event called All Together. And they did this last year, but it was only 3 companies. It was New Japan, Noah, and All Japan, I believe. But now this year they're expanding it. It's going to take place on May 6th in the Nippon Budokan, and it's going to be a charity event for earthquake, like as an earthquake like relief benefit event, because obviously Japan gets rocked with a lot of earthquakes. But the companies that will be involved will be New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT, Dragon Gate, Big Japan, and Stardom. So this should be very, very cool. Just a joint show with basically all the major Japanese wrestling companies for this United, they're calling it United UJPW, so like United Japan Pro Wrestling. So it's really cool, and there's going to be a second event in June on the 15th. So they're going to help earthquake victims, and yeah, that's just a pretty cool announcement. Hopefully, get some cool matches out of it. And there's actually there's already a couple of matches that have been announced. One of which features an AEW talent. There's going to be a 6-man tag with Kaito Kiyomiya, Kaito Kiyomiya, Shota Umino, and one person I'm actually not familiar with, Yuki Uno, versus Shun Skywalker, which he's actually very good. I don't know if he's from Dragon Gate. Yuya Uemura, who's in New Japan, and Konosuke Takeshita. So Takeshita will be traveling to Japan for this event. So that's pretty cool. He's going to be involved. Very excited for it. So we'll see if there's any more talent that's going to be lent from AEW. So we'll see. But yeah, very cool. And also, in other news, we have some unfortunate New Japan news, which is very sad. It was rumored for a couple months, and unfortunately, it turned out to be true. Which really sucks. But Alex Coughlin, member of the Bullet Club War Dogs, Long Island native, he was a young lion who trained in the LA dojo. He got trained by Katsuyori Shibata, who we'll talk about soon, and just rose through the ranks in New Japan. He was really coming on with the War Dogs, and this guy was going to be a big star in New Japan.
Had one of the best promos at the G1.
He had the best, one of the best, maybe if not the best promo of the year last year at the G1 press conference. But unfortunately, he announced his retirement this week because he has he didn't specify, but it was always rumored that he had a career-ending neck injury, which really sucks. And I mean, that's just, you never want to hear something like that from a guy who's got so much potential and upside. Like Alex Coughlin. I'll read the tweet here. He tweeted this out because everyone's been asking about it, because Finley's been alluding to it in the promos. After the War Dogs versus United Empire cage match, at the post-match comments, he signed in sign language, "Thank you, fuck you, thank you." So people were kind of like, "What is that about?" And then Finley was like, "Oh, I have news that's gonna change the War Dogs forever." I'm like, so I mean, it's kind of just, you didn't want to like believe it until it got announced, but
yeah,
it happened. But he tweeted out, "Yeah, I'm retired and it sucks now. Now leave me the fuck alone. Actually, I have some merch and gear to still sell, so don't fuck off just yet." So that's, I mean, that's really on brand for Coughlin, but that's a shame. That's a big shame.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a couple of years, maybe he ends up like Brian and Copeland and Shibata and Saraya, fucking all those guys who were able to come back from an injury that was said to be career-ending.
If not,
the-
I think he'd have good seminars down at Creative Pro if he wants to do that too.
Well, he trained at NYWC
Mm.
actually. So there's that. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because Shibata doesn't even run the LA dojo anymore. Because he's active on AEW and he's not contracted to New Japan. So if they need, and the thing is, Coughlin was already training guys when Shibata was like had to go back to Japan for when COVID was happening. Coughlin was really the head trainer at the LA dojo. So if they just want to hire him to be the head trainer at the LA dojo now, I think that would be a good move because he was already doing it. He might not be able to do it physically, but the funny thing is, Shibata was doing the same thing. Shibata couldn't do anything physically, but he was still training him. And look how Alex Coughlin and Clark Connors and Carl Fredericks, who's now Eddie Thorpe and Gabe Kidd turned out. Kevin Knight, all these guys. So yeah, that was very unfortunate to hear, and very sad. But I hope one day he's able to come back, and I hope the best for him whatever he does next. But yeah, that sucks. But the last piece of news here, well, before we get into the last piece of news, I just want to mention this. This weekend is WrestleMania, obviously WrestleMania weekend coming up. Not this weekend, next weekend. And obviously it's the most hectic time on the wrestling calendar. There's fucking 10 million events. Obviously there's a Ring of Honor show. There's every single type of show there is. So it's gonna be a great week. Gonna be a lot of fun. I always love WrestleMania week. Just all the variety you could see and all these shows you could watch. So very excited for that. And I just wanted to pay mention to that because that's gonna be a big. There's gonna be a lot of big topics coming out of WrestleMania week and WrestleMania weekend. But the final piece of news here is actually pretty major when it comes to tag team wrestling in WWE or in AEW because another free agent tag team is about to hit the market. It's probably the biggest free agent tag team in a very long time, and that is the Motor City Machine Guns. The Motor City Machine Guns, their contract, they signed a 1-year deal, a 1-year extension with TNA last year, and they have expired at the recent tapings. The talent has said it's been reported that the talent had an emotional send-off for those two, so obviously they're not going to have an emotional send-off for those two guys who've been in TNA forever if they're sticking around. So what that means is that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to be free agents, and they've been there for seriously a long time, but I doubt they're done. They've been running the indies, they've been doing New Japan Strong, they've been doing a lot of things. They even did one match in AEW, but I don't know if this is because of the Scott D'Amore firing, because they were very close with Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore had a hand in training both of them. So I don't know if that played a part into their decision to leave, but they are leaving. And what that means is that if they're continuing to wrestle, they have 2 places they can go. 3 kind of, but they've already done New Japan. But if they want to get paid and they want to stay home, they're either going to AEW or they're going to WWE, and either or would be a gigantic boost for any tag team division. This is one of the biggest, best tag teams, ever.
I think they have a better place in AEW. Not just speaking I'm not speaking biasly here, but with Alex Shelley still doing like doctor and nursing stuff.
I
think it's best for him to stick with AEW.
I was about to mention that Alex Shelley, he does have a job, like a real job as a physical therapist. And during COVID, that's why, if you remember, there was a 6-man tag match back in TNA, Impact at the time, when Kenny was the champion, and it was supposed to be Kenny and the Good Brothers versus Shelley, Rich Swann, and I believe it was Eddie Edwards, and Shelley had to drop out of the match. Actually, no, it wasn't Eddie Edwards. It was the Machine Guns and Rich Swann versus Kenny and Gallows and Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
But Shelley had to drop out.
So Eddie
because
Edwards took his spot.
No. It was actually Moose who took his spot.
Oh,
Eddie Edwards
yeah.
came later. Moose took his spot for that match. But I remember because Shelley he had to drop out because he didn't want to leave his patients, because at the time the COVID restrictions would have not let him get home in time, and he would have had to go through this fucking gigantic rigmarole fucking COVID bullshit to get back to his patients. So
Yeah.
that's why I dropped out of the match. But I do remember that, and he still has that, I believe. So yes, the schedule obviously would be a lot easier for him to do and continue to do that in AEW, because there's already a person doing it on the AEW roster named Britt Baker. So it's not like this isn't something that isn't described and like exemplified by the company, because obviously literally the day one, the first woman they've ever signed still has a fucking day job.
Mm-hmm.
And she would still be able to do the things that she would be doing. So I think AEW would be the better fit on Shelley's side. Sabin, I mean, Sabin's gonna go with him.
Yeah, they're a package deal.
And if you remember, these two guys had unbelievable matches in TNA with the Young Bucks when they were Generation Me. And those were classic matches. I mean, that's before the Bucks were taken seriously. That was even before the Bucks were in Japan. That's when fucking Okada was running around as a Green Hornet character.
Mm-hmm.
So Shelley and Sabin, I mean, they've already had a match in AEW. They had that one pay-per-view match. It was them and Jay Lethal versus FTR, and I forgot who it was, but it was FTR and somebody. But yeah, I think Shelley and Sabin would do well in AEW. They're a great tag team, exceptional tag team, one of the best and one of the most underappreciated tag teams of all time. I'd put them in a top 10 teams ever, in my opinion. The Machine Guns. It's just they've never been on a big nationwide scale because they've been with TNA forever.
It's also like, we're not saying like they wouldn't be good in WWE. I think it's just the matter of the schedule for them, really. Like,
yeah, it's the schedule for Shelley and WWE. I mean, they would be great in WWE, but
yeah.
I mean, WWE. I mean, to their credit, they've done a lot better when it comes to tag team wrestling lately. Which I mean, WWE has done a lot better of everything as of late. I mean, if you watch this Monday's Raw, that was probably the best Raw I've ever seen in a long time. Very long time.
The Reign carried that segment to a whole new
level. I wouldn't even say it carried that segment. I would just say it was something different. You haven't seen that from WWE in a very long time. But that was the best Raw, top to bottom. Maybe I don't know if that was the best Raw I've seen. I mean, it was up there, but maybe the most complete. Like, there was no segment that was really bad or boring. I mean, because I remember the times where Raw was fucking sometimes damn near unwatchable back in the late 2010s. So it was really nice to see that. I mean, WWE, AEW, the indies are fucking popping off. Wrestling is just very hot right now, and everybody is firing on all cylinders. So it was really nice to see. But I think they would do great in WWE. They're not an NXT team. I know Shelley actually made 2 appearances in NXT to wrestle with Kushida as the Time Splitters. But that was just like a quick appearance. That's one of the rare times WWE worked with an outside talent to just bring in just for a match or two.
Yeah, that's way back then.
Yeah, that was like damn near 2018, 2019 even.
And now we're getting like a female TNA star for the Knockouts division every Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but I do think AEW would probably be the likely fit for them because of just obviously the Shelley angle to it, but and also just what they are. And if you think about that time that they talk about a lot about what they loved about TNA, who is in AEW that was there then that's in AEW right now? The Bucks, Lethal, Nigel, Okada, Christopher Daniels. Literally, even in the Young Bucks book, every single one of those guys that I just named are all in AEW right now, and that's like all of them. Like it was, I remember it was the Bucks, Okada, Lethal, Daniel, Christopher Daniels, Nigel McGuinness, and then the Machine Guns. All of them are in fucking AEW. So it would be a huge boost to the tag division, but we'll see what happens. I think Tony. I mean, I'm not saying fucking Tony should pay Okada or Mercedes money for the Machine Guns, but I mean, I hope these guys do get paid because, I mean, it's been a long time coming where these two guys should have been paid a long time ago.
I think, yeah, if they are to go to AEW, because what you said that their contract ended like very recently with
the tapings, the
okay.
latest TNA tapings.
I wouldn't because I would assume if they are to go to AEW, their first feud is going to be with the Bucks. I think that's probably a given, right?
I wouldn't say a given, but maybe. It depends on if the Bucks are the champions, because I think the Bucks are going to end up winning the championships.
Oh, yeah,
I wouldn't have them.
And the final is 100% FTR, right?
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't have fucking the Machine Guns come in right away and take the titles off of them. But
well,
like
I'm
maybe
not saying
like,
that. I'm talking about
yeah,
like
but
just where we're gonna be.
Like a starter feud for them, maybe like because they're. I mean the Machine Guns have always always have been really baby faces. Can't even remember them being heels like ever. But yeah, they could feud with anybody. On the heel side in the tag division, they could fucking go against the Undisputed Kingdom. You got the Guns. You got fucking. Even if you don't want to do that, do Top Flight. There's a bunch of guys they can work with.
Give me a moment. I got to switch my camera over to the Logitech capture because it keeps glitching out. No, but
I guess that's what I was saying.
But I do agree with you, Christian. Like I wouldn't give them the titles immediately, shit like that. It's just that going about it that way.
Yeah, but so you have to get to them in the Bucks eventually.
Yeah.
Because the shit they were doing in TNA back in the day, those matches were excellent. Like there's not really a lot. I mean, even the Bucks will tell you this. They speak about it in interviews and they speak about it in the books. There's not a lot of good if you go back and look at their TNA run before the Bucks were even a household name. But the best things that they did in TNA was always with the Machine Guns. So,
yeah,
I hope to see them land somewhere, and I hope they get paid.
All right. Now that I switched over to Logitech, natural lighting is now here. Fucking great. Okay, so let's dive on into the show then, right? Yeah.
There was Dynamite tonight. Oh my god,
there was. Mike, I'm gonna need you to pick up the slack when it comes down to the notes because I only got up to the tag match.
Okay.
And I mean the first tag match, not best friends tag match.
Jeez. Okay. All right. I got you. Don't worry.
Okay. So
anyway, so we open tonight's Dynamite.
I have this. I have this. So we kick off with Will Ospreay versus Katsuyori Shibata. Fucking great, hard-hitting match. Good technical match.
Awesome. That's really all I have to say about
Tony. Tony's out here firing all cylinders right now.
Yeah, he's got the good lines going. Wink, wink.
I will say the freaking like the PTO kicks to the back were just fucking nasty.
I was a big fan of this match. Very, very excited when this was announced last week. Obviously, this match happened once in New Japan when Ospreay was a junior. They showed footage of it before the match during their entrances. And, I mean, it was great then, and this was an excellent match here. I thought this was a great opener. I mean, you fucking announce Ospreay and Shibata. I mean,
yeah.
What are you going to expect? A bad product? What are you, crazy? These two guys, I mean, hard hitting. everything. I mean, it was a great balance of mat-based stuff that Shibata does, and the aerial offense and high striking of Ospreay, and both Shibata, him and Ospreay. I just thought this was an excellent match. It was so stiff, so physical. Great physical match to open the show.
Just
Ospreay,
imagine people hate wrestling matches like this, and I do not understand why.
Yeah. Ospreay, he obviously is on the. I mean, this guy. He's with Callis, and Callis doesn't even come out for his matches, and he's technically part. This guy
Is a baby face.
No, it's not even that. It's if he keeps wrestling like this, and he keeps being presented like this guy is probably even quicker than I even thought. This guy's gonna end up being the top babyface within a month or less. Besides Swerve, because Swerve right now I consider the top babyface in the company.
Oh yeah.
But this guy Ospreay, I mean, this guy's. I'm not saying they're not in any trouble of the fans turning on Swerve, because as I expect, it's gonna end up being Swerve and Ospreay at Wembley for the title, because Swerve's gonna be a heel walking into. I mean, Swerve could be a babyface, but regardless, he's going to be booed, in England. So obviously, if he's wrestling Ospreay. So it doesn't even matter. You don't even have to turn Swerve heel anytime. Like, even if when they start feuding, they can literally just be a babyface versus babyface feud. Swerve could just work as a heel, which he was doing in Wembley, because he's gonna get booed anyway. So it's not even something like that where they have to worry about anything. They're in a great position where they have two fucking top babyfaces right now, and Swerve and Will Ospreay, and you have guys you could put these guys in the ring with that are gonna elevate them and that are gonna take the best out of them. I mean, look what happened tonight. You have Ospreay and Swerve in the ring with Shibata and Takeshita. It's like there's no better people to put them in the ring with.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to find two other men to put these guys in the ring with and say, hey, go have a great match. So, but just off that, this was an excellent match. Ospreay beat him with the hidden blade, which he hit multiple hidden blades, which was scary because knowing the history of Shibata's head and all that shit. But Ospreay put down Shibata. They showed respect to each other. They bowed to each other. They shook hands after the fact, and they hugged. And it was just an excellent match to start the show with these two. And I'm glad Shibata. I mean, because this was for Shibata. It was kind of weird to think about, but this was actually Shibata's first ever singles match on Dynamite. Because he's only had really singles matches on Ring of Honor pay-per-views, Rampage, and Collision. He's been on Dynamite before, but he's only been a part of tag matches, like our 6-man tags or just regular tag matches. But I really can't wait to see Shibata because it feels like Shibata is like a lot more comfortable from when he started, because obviously it's not gonna be Shibata before the injury.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against him because he could but it's just he can't do what he was doing back then, because listen, Shibata, it's on New Japan World, you can go fucking watch it for free. The Shibata Okada match where the injury happened. You're not gonna see a Shibata match.
You are gonna have to skim through an entire pay-per-view to find it, because they don't have it listed.
Nope, they
fixed that now?
Yeah, that's it. Just the regular matches on there. I watched it the other day. They have the regular match up there. But the match though, you're not gonna see him fucking looking at somebody in the eyes and headbutting them and like stiffly head. You're not gonna see that anymore. Which is good because I don't want to see him do that shit. And the way he's converted to like a real big mat-based wrestler, because which he was, but instead of like a high caliber striking, where it almost damn near became dangerous. Just the guy's awesome, and I can't wait to see more of him in AEW, because he's been treated very, very well by Tony. Tony loves him, so he's gonna keep putting him in positions like this. No complaints out of me.
I'm so happy they've done this now. Now just do that to the rest of the fucking Ospreay matches. So I can get caught up. So I can rewatch the fucking Shingo matches.
After this, we had
a Bryan Danielson vignette hyping up the pay-per-view match for, at the AEW Dynasty between him and Will Ospreay.
It's gonna be this so good. I can't wait. I might not be.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'll have a job by then, so I can buy this pay-per-view. So, fingers crossed on that one.
You and me both. on the job end, a real job.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just a nice little vignette to hype it up. After this, so on, I have it up.
Well, I like the footage they showed here of him in Ring of Honor.
I do wish we were. I kind of like, in some way, I kind of wish WWE and AEW could just fucking work together so we can talk about that one part of his career.
They did. They just didn't show footage.
Yeah, they very heavily alluded to it.
It's not even they didn't even allude to it. They fucking said, "Hey, he had to retire." And then he had to retire, and it was ripped away from him. And then he came back miraculously. He came back and he started working again. I mean, that's really all there is to say. Not really. I mean, I have to go into specifics. He fucking came back with Shane. He didn't fucking. He returned like Shane McMahon to go fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You gotta say all that shit. He had to retire because of injuries, and then he came back a couple of years later. They don't gotta show no damn WWE footage. Everybody knows.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying show footage. I'm talking like. Because name drop it, because I know a lot of times they like to
do
WWE.
They don't. I mean, they don't need to. He retired and he came back. That's really it. Doesn't matter. He's here now.
True, very true.
It's like when people piss and moan about the Sting shit. I'm like, bro, listen, they're not gonna give you any footage. You know what happened. They talk about it all the time. WCW Sting is a cultural icon. If you want to learn about him, it's not hard.
Watch The Crow and watch WCW at the time.
It's not even watch that. Just say, hey, have I seen anything from WCW ever? When a wrestling fan, bare minimum knowledge wrestling fan, hears the words WCW, they're thinking of three things. They're thinking of either Sting, the NWO, or the death of the company. That's it. So, I mean, I think people, it's just, people need to get real sometimes. Dustin Rhodes, we'll talk about him later, but, I mean, people think Dustin Rhodes is coming out at WrestleMania, which I would love if that happened. I would love it. I think that would be great if they came to an agreement where Dustin Rhodes could show up at WrestleMania for the Cody match. He's obviously going to be there.
Yeah.
Like maybe backstage, but I would love if he was able to be on screen. But I don't think that's the world we live in right now.
I think we're gonna get a possible like him showing up and in return for like one thing from WWE probably.
I don't think that shit's happening at all. I'll tell you who's coming out to help Cody.
John Cena and Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not going to be his fucking family members. What the fuck is Brandy? What's going to happen? Brandy Rhodes and -1 going to jump the rail?
It's open mic night, bitch.
Yeah, well.
Man,
might
the
actually
best
get booed
fucking
if
promo
Brandy
ever.
Rhodes gets involved in that match.
The best fucking promo ever. Who told you it was open mic night?
That's got to happen one time in AEW. I am in WWE. Fucking Jade's like Cody's got a problem and Jade's come fucking. They just got to do it.
So
okay,
Jade's gonna be on SmackDown. She's like officially on SmackDown for the first time.
After getting signed Friday. A year ago.
Fucking, I didn't even realize she can't even use her catchphrase anymore. It was the first time I really noticed it. I'm waiting for her to say like, "I'm that bitch." I'm like, oh wait, she can't say that.
They could.
No, they can't. They're fucking bleeping out holy shit chants on every fucking fucking segment on this show.
Man, when
They're
Raw
not
hits
saying-
the Netflix, man, that's just gonna go
Maybe.
wild.
I mean, you got The Rock saying nobody fucks with the final boss, but that's the thing. People are saying this. Why can The Rock say that, but all the other talent can't? Do you understand what the fuck
fucking
you're saying?
Rock.
Do you understand the question you just asked?
He's the fucking Rock. So
It's The Rock. It's number one. Who's gonna say no to The Rock? Yeah, it's bullshit. It's absolutely.
yeah.
But it's The Rock, number one. Number two, he's your boss. He's on the board. Who's gonna tell The Rock? Who are you gonna say? You're gonna send fucking Michael PSAs up to the hey Rock. You can't say that shit no more, brother. The fuck is he gonna do? You crazy?
So
What are you gonna send Bruce Pritchard up to Dwayne Johnson? Say, hey, stop saying the F word. Yeah.
with that segment, I watched it. Then I watched like the fan cam footage from inside the arena. Man, that shit hit so hard. Like hearing him go, no one fucks with the final boss. Like, oh my god.
It was cool. I didn't really care because
We have so many people calling themselves the final boss now.
Yeah, it's kind of
No, but like with how
getting a little
Rock's been
redundant at this point.
presented, dude's coming out like fucking Thanos.
No, he's not.
Eater of worlds.
No, he's not. No. There's no
Anyway,
fucking final boss besides Kenny Omega because he's the only one with the fucking balls to come out dressed as a final boss and to the music of the greatest final boss that's ever lived and has ever been created and the greatest song that any final boss has ever had. And I'm talking about this fucking psycho fuck right here. Sephiroth. God damn it.
All right.
Okay, right before we get back on track, since you guys brought up Sting, you guys remember my message in the group chat about a week and a half ago?
No.
That your friend said the Sting match sucked?
Not only that, but he said, why was Ric Flair there? And I literally was cringing because he literally just proved our point that a lot of WWE fans
watch WCW.
Yeah, that a lot of WWE fans have no knowledge of wrestlers outside of their time in WWE, and I am so glad I am no longer one of those people.
Tell them to watch the product, bro.
Yeah, tell them to get like a
$4.99
Peacock subscription.
You have to do that, bro. Just fucking follow AEW on fucking Twitter or Instagram. Literally,
after
the whole goddamn show.
After the match, we go backstage with Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the EVPs, with Renee.
Gotta love Nicholas Jackson. Gotta love Nicholas Jackson.
Just fucking smiling.
It's so good.
Trying not to be. He's trying to beat those hothead allegations, but he can't beat them. He just fucking can't. Where's Marvez?
Scumbag. The guy's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. The guy's fucking
Marvez is better looking than you.
These guys are standing here that like mayonnaise and fucking mustard. And they're talking about, hey, listen, we got to win this tournament because last time we wrestled Private Party was on the second episode of Dynamite, which that's a classic AEW moment. Where Private Party beat them. He's like, listen, that shit is not happening again. Lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. Matt was very animated during this. He was pissed off. They want to win the tournament. They said they were gonna retire Sting, and they did that. And they said we're gonna beat Private Party, and they're gonna do that again. And they said, hey, we told our boy Okada, we told him to listen. You can stay in the back and watch this because he didn't need any interference or cheating to beat Eddie. So we're not gonna do any chicanery or cheating in our match against Private Party. They lied, but we'll talk about that later. They absolutely fucking lied. These are liars. But yeah, and then they diss Renee, and very disrespectful, but it happens.
So then we kick off into the match of the EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, taking on Private Party. Very fun match. Like, these guys work so fucking well together.
Yeah, this is very good.
Absolutely.
It wasn't the match on the second episode, but that was a crazy fucking thing. Like it was like a piece. That was like a like a moment in time type deal, so it was obviously never going to be as good. But this was still a great match. I mean, it's a Young Bucks match. I mean, they don't really miss.
Yeah.
Ever. But yeah, just great stuff here from Private Party. I love the spot where the Bucks went for the your bang for your buck, more bang for your buck, but then Private Party ended up hitting it on them instead. And they fucking hit that shit snuff. And I love that move. I think that's the Bucks' best finish they've ever had in their careers. The more bang for your buck. But obviously, they can't do that shit every night because it's a very taxing move. Not even move, it's series of moves. And a BT trigger, I mean, an EVP trigger is a lot easier to manage. But yeah, they put him down with the EVP trigger, which got fucked up a little bit because Nicholas, as he was going back to go hit it, his foot slipped. So Matt went and hit the move, which they were doing a new version of the move where they hit both
the back of the head.
It hit in the back of the head. But Matt went and then Nick fucking foot slipped. And so yeah, and so they both kind of hit it at different times, and they didn't know who was legal. So they both discovered him, and fucking Rick Knox kind of the fall. I'm like, this guy needs to be fucking investigated. I know he travels with him, but that's bullshit. He's got 2 guys on him.
What is it with that move? What? So Nick, so Matt hit it flush with the knee, then like Nick picked it up almost like a Kinshasa with it, like with the back, with like the.
I mean, he had to do something
kind of with his shin.
He had to do something. I mean, that was just unfortunate. He put his foot back and it slipped.
So when that first, and hey Tom, so when that first happened, I thought the worst. I thought Nick's like ankle exploded. I was like, oh no.
We don't need another one of those.
It's like, please no, man, no. But like I saw him get up doing everything. But so yeah, but it was a good match. It was a fun match. Yeah, on Tom, the move went great. Background is blurred out because not done unpacking. I decided to take one for the team and build my setup before even finishing my room. So that's fun.
Like I said, team player.
Yeah, I have to get a new cable for this monitor, the main one, because it's too short for the computer tower. Also, I need to get a fucking table for the computer tower because it's just sitting on the floor, and that's not good. So yeah, this match was great. The Bucks pick up the win, and we go on to the next segment.
And they advance. They advance in the tournament. So for Dynasty, so they're in the semis now. Next after this, I believe we had
the Don Callis narrated vignette.
Yep, just hyping up the match later. And then after this, I think was this the fucking Darby Allin? So of all people.
Yes, but before that, we had a car pulling up, and
yes, it
was Ferrari. Behold, who should walk out?
No.
Mercedes.
Oh, I thought it was the fucking Okada Ferrari.
Oh wait,
actually, no, yeah, that was before.
We forgot
that was
to mention.
The Bucks match.
Oh yeah,
we had to mention during the Bucks match the fucking Okada just looking at TV that's probably turned off. It's probably just shaking his head like, "Yep,
Listen, no, he's watching the product. But yeah, then Mercedes pulls up, and then we had Darby Allin and fucking Tony Hawk of all people.
Go. Let's go.
And Darby's like, "Yo, I can't climb Mount Everest for Tony's charity, but listen."
It was for charity. We didn't know this. What the fuck was it for charity?
I mean, that's usually the case when it's not like a charity. It's like somebody sponsors you to climb it or something.
Okay.
But like
you would have thought
like
you
I've
would
heard
have
it
mentioned that. Like somewhere.
But the charity, I forgot what the charity's called, but it's like to build skate parks all across the globe for kids to get them off the fucking street. Maybe they should start in Chicago or somewhere else. But anyway, yeah, so Darby was like, yeah, but we have something else in mind that we could do. And then you got Tony, they had clips of Tony Hawk skateboarding, which I think, Tony Hawk's like, 50 something now? 40s, 50s. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look that up right now.
No,
he's
Christian's
55.
He's my dad's
55.
age. Holy fuck,
dude! It doesn't make sense. Like I'm watching this guy fucking just do like like I'm like obviously I've never been a skateboarder. I've tried.
Skateboards
I
weren't
don't know.
even invented when he was 20 years old. What the fuck's going on?
Bro, I can't even stand on a skateboard, let alone ride one.
Same.
So like watching this guy at 55, like just do these like crazy ass tricks and stunts. He did a trick off of Darby's fucking boot. And I'm like, dude, this fucking.
I fucked up my.
I love the game. I like when I was a kid. I used to play the Tony. So I had the game Tony Hawk. Fucking Project 8. No, Project 8.
Oh, Project 8 is a fun game.
Dude, I had it. I jump up. There was this one level. It was like the White House. Like you go on the roof of the White House, or like it was like a White House, or it was like a high school, and there's like a gigantic ramp on it, and I could never get up to it. But like all my friends in school had it, so we would get up on it, and we'd ride it off, and then we would just. It wasn't like we were trying to do a cool trick. We were just trying to fucking. We want to see the guy jump, like fall and fucking die.
I used to.
We weren't playing as Tony Hawk though. We were playing as like some Martian alien or whatever. You just go there, and it's like when you play GTA. You take the helicopter all the way up to the skybox, and you just jump out and see what happens.
So there was I think a similar game. I forgot which one it was, but like there was like a backyard area too. I think it was a Tony Hawk game because it also had like mountain biking to it.
I mean, Tony Hawk's got a lot of games. So.
And then, or was it like a BMX type game? And there was a train in this backyard, and every time I would go to it, I would just leave the guy on his mountain bike on the train track just for him to get hit by the train.
Yeah, I would do
over
shit like that.
and over again.
I would do.
But
dude, I had an obsession for a long time with just jumping to the highest point in an area and just jumping the fuck off. I remember Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts going up to like the highest place in the game. Like, oh shit! Look, all right, jump off.
I used to do.
I just go. I'll go all the way back up and jump off again. All right.
On my old YouTube channel that's now deleted or that doesn't have any videos on anymore. I used to do a challenge in GTA 5 of going to the top of Mount Chiliad and tried to do a bike down without dying. Never worked out that well.
Yeah, I tried that.
Never works out that well.
I mean, I've done the. I did the cargo bob with the hooker in it on GTA.
That's so fucked up.
You fly it up to the fucking skybox until it doesn't let you go any higher, and you just let the car go. Parachute down next to it.
You go to the construction site, you park on the edge, so where she gets out, she just goes, dies, and then you collect your money after that. Fucked up times, fucked up people we are. All right.
I'm still doing that. What do you think I'm gonna do when GTA 6 comes out, bro?
I mean, true. Same.
The first thing I'm doing is stealing. I'm going to find the nearest airport, steal a helicopter, and I'm fucking flying my ass all the way out and jumping out.
I love the mechanic of
going.
God,
I am. Dude.
Of the swimming, going as far as you can, then like a shark just attacks you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do. I mean, that's just the fucking. That's the name of the game, right? You just gotta do some stupid shit. Anyway, Darby Allin though, he's with Tony Hawk, which, funnily enough, Tony Hawk, he did a podcast like 2 years ago with Jamie Hayter. It was Darby and Jamie were on it. It was him and his partner or whatever. I don't know who the other guy was. I listened to it. It was actually pretty short. It was cool though. It was when Jamie was the champ. So I remember listening to that because he's had ties with Darby. He's been friends with Darby for a little bit. But yeah, that was cool. And after this, we had the women's fatal four-way. We had Mercedes Moné come out.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
We had Renee in the back with Chris Jericho and Hook first, the hardest working woman in professional wrestling.
Yep. So Renee, I mean, obviously last week we had the announcement that Jericho had a proposition.
It was what you predicted.
It's literally what I said. It's like it's probably gonna end up being Jericho's gonna take him under his wing, not as a faction, not as a tag team, but like as just like not even really as his manager, but just like his advisor, and like he wants to help him out to get him to the next level. But I really like how this was actually very well done. Hook said, "Listen, like Jericho's like I know, like Jericho is basically like I want you to be the world champion that you can be. I want to help you do that." And Hook basically says, "I know you, Chris.
I know you very well.
And I know exactly who you are. So basically, and the way he said that, he looked them dead in the eyes, like basically, I know who you are. You're a snake. You're gonna try to fucking fuck people over to get yourself. You know what it is. And Jericho basically said, I respect that. I know. And then, so, so basically, they have a mutual respect. Jericho's probably not even gonna fuck him over. I think they're actually gonna mutually benefit each other, and I think this is good for Hook because he's already beat him.
As much as like it wouldn't matter, but I would love for a Hook just to fuck Chris Jericho over.
I mean, I could see that happening. To be honest with you,
like even though it wouldn't matter, it wouldn't turn Hook heel. Hook would give even more fanfare.
Just breaking news here before we get to the women's match. The rankings have been posted. The new rankings.
Oh, finally!
I've been waiting for that.
I thought they fucking didn't matter anymore.
Tony said that you tweeted yesterday that they were going to put him out. For the men's championships, we have obviously Joe, Copeland, Strong, and Okada. And the contenders are number 1 contender after obviously tonight, Swerve Strickland. Then we have Orange Cassidy at number 2. Number 3, we have John Moxley, which he's a little banged up right now. That's why he's not going to be on that collision match. And also, obviously, well, that's not why he's going to be on that collision match, actually. I'm fucking stupid. He's banged up. That's why he hasn't been on TV since the pay-per-view, but he's going to be at the Windy City Riot show next weekend. Because he has to wrestle Naito for the fucking IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So that's going to be a big time for Mox. But Moxley comes in at 3. Number 4, Will Ospreay. And number 5, Bryan Danielson. For the women, obviously we have Toni Storm and Julia Hart as the champions. And then the contenders are the number 1 contender is Thunder Rosa, which was expected because she pinned her last week.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mariah May, which that's interesting. Number 3, Willow Nightingale. Number 4, Deonna Purrazzo. And number 5, Serena Deeb. Tag teams, obviously they're vacant right now. And we have a tournament, so this is kind of not really, this shit doesn't really even matter. Number 1, the Best Friends. Number 2, the Young Bucks. Number 3, Moxley and Claudio. Number 4, Big Bill and Ricky Starks. And number 5, FTR. And then for the trios titles, we have the Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club Gold. We have the Elite, which is Okada and the Bucks, the Blackpool Combat Club, the Undisputed Kingdom, and then the House of Black. So, obviously, I see the fucking Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaimed at the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's probably going to happen, but there's nothing about that on the show tonight. But those are the rankings right now. But anyway, we got to the women's four-way. We had the CEO, Mercedes Moné, on commentary. She looked like a Fortnite skin tonight. I'm not even joking. There's a Fortnite skin that had the exact same color scheme and hair she did. Not joking. I have it. Damn it.
That's right. That's right. She was a Fortnite skin. Forgot about that. Forgot about that era.
I'm not even. I'm saying no. There's just a Fortnite skin that just looks like.
I thought you were talking about like when they did the WWE collab. I thought she was a part of that.
No, that was Zelina.
Oh, okay.
And no, well, Zelina did one recently. The collab was Becky and Bianca.
And Cena.
And I'm gonna say they put John Cena, Becky, and Bianca in it.
I forgot. Like I can't keep up with this Fortnite stuff, man. Try my best.
I haven't played that game probably in 3.5 years.
Yeah, play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Greatest game ever made.
Need to play the first.
Take a shot every time Christian mentions Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Take a shot.
Let me tell you something right now.
I
have got.
Well, I am going to play it.
I have gotten 3 people
eventually
to play that game, to play Remake and Rebirth. 3. All of which have become fucking obsessed with the game. All right, I'm indoctrinating people. Okay, I don't miss all 3 of them have said, "Listen, this is some of the best shit I've ever played." I know. What the fuck are you gonna tell you? Tell you to play some bullshit? Tell us to play some. Who the fuck do you think I am? You only get the good shit out of me. I'm not gonna go tell you to go fucking play Warzone or fucking Roblox like the rest of these fucking idiots. I would tell you to play some fucking Heat and Peak. Humankind's magnum opus. Actually, mankind's magnum opus. Mankind's magnum opus. I'm not doing this humankind bullshit. Mankind, damn it. If fucking Mankind got thrown off the cage today, they'd say, oh my god, oh my god. It should be Humankind. Imagine Undertaker versus Humankind. Up my ass.
Anyways, back on to the show.
Give Christian, give me like 10 years.
I'm not giving you 10 years. How would you fucking play the game right now?
I don't have the
You
game.
don't need to. It's like free. You have Xbox Game Pass?
No.
All right. Do you have $7?
In theory, yes.
All right. Yeah, then buy the game.
In theory.
You have seven. How many? You got
I
7
feel
bucks?
you would like that.
You have a Nintendo Switch?
Actually, yeah, I do.
All right. Well, it's $7 on the Switch, I think. Which is ironic because it's fucking Final Fantasy VII. But it's got to be no more than $15 on the Switch.
I have like two. I will get back on topic.
If you want to play Remake, you can play. You can play a bundle for
My Wi-Fi is
$260.
killing itself right now. Please, for the love of God.
Two $70 games you could buy for $60 or $70 if you buy the Remake Rebirth bundle on the PlayStation 5.
I have 2 whole video game missions to get through, on top of some other standalone games before I get to Final Fantasy VII.
I don't care, bro. See, none of that shit matters when Peak is involved. You're playing Peak. There's nothing better that you could possibly play that's better than this shit. Zero.
I'm not denying you. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying I have.
One day you're gonna wake up with a gun.
List.
One day you're gonna wake up like that meme gif with the guy who wakes up. He's like, "Wake up, little nigga," and he's got a gun to this guy's head. It's gonna be me, with a copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in my hand.
City needs saving.
And I mean, and you're gonna sit there and play the game until you finish all fucking 110 hours of it.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Play the damn game.
Eventually, don't worry. I will eventually. Anyway, where were we in the match?
We didn't even fucking start.
So first off, we had Stokely come out with Willow, and this fucking idiot runs up the ramp because he's got to go walk out with Statlander. So then we had Anna, and then he came back with Statlander, and then the Skye Blue. And this was actually a pretty good match. I thought it was very good. But we don't really see a lot of women's multi-women matches besides tag matches. So it was a kind of nice change of pace to get like a women's fatal 4-way. I don't think we've had one, and I don't know when the last time we had one was. But I think May actually, to be honest, I think it was Arthur Ashe. The second Arthur Ashe, I think the one where Saraya debuted.
Second, yeah.
Well, that one or the one where Toni Storm won the title after Thunder Rosa vacated it. Actually, no, she was a champion by then.
No, was
Arthur Ashe. It would be Arthur Ashe.
Okay, no, Arthur Ashe 2 was definitely when Saraya debuted. Wasn't Britt Baker still the champ, or Jamie Hayter still the champ?
It was Tony. It was
Tony.
Tony.
I remember everything got overshadowed by Saraya debuting.
Yeah, it was Tony, Athena, Serena Deeb, and Britt Baker. And Tony was the champ because Tony won it. It was Sheeta, Tony, Jamie, and Britt at that All Out where Tony won after Thunder Rosa vacated it. But anyway, this is pretty good. This was for a shot at the TBS title at Dynasty against Julia Hart. And as soon as they made that stipulation, I'm like, all right, this is probably going to be Willow. I wouldn't have been surprised if they had somebody else win it, like Statlander. Because I don't know if they wanted to do Statlander and Julia, even though it's already happened, and then do Mercedes and Willow, just to have more women on the show. But Mercedes, I don't know. I mean, Mercedes is going to be involved on that show in some capacity. I don't know if she's going to have her first match. I would assume so. But that might
hope so.
Yeah, but that I think actually is probably a better outcome because Willow ended up winning this match with the babe with the powerbomb. Her and Statlander barely had any physicality. Even like when they did, it was kind of accidental. But Willow wins the match. She gets the title shot against Julia at Dynasty. So what that says to me is that opens up Mercedes versus Kris Statlander for his first match. I think that's where you go here from here. I think that's the best. That would be a hell of a match. That's the best first match for her. And it gets more of another women's match on the show. Plus, it could fuel the thing of Statlander is losing. Statlander has not been winning a lot, and Willow has been winning a lot. Statlander has been. It's like Statlander has been the one that has been being told by Stokely, "Hey, listen, if you cheat to win, if you use this chain, if you do this, you'll start winning matches." But he's also managing Willow, who is just fine, winning on her own. So I think she's going to dive deeper into that mean side, which we haven't seen yet before from Kris Statlander, and she's going to start cheating with Stokely. And Willow's argument is probably going to be like, "Look, Stokely's managing me, and I don't need to cheat to win." And Stokely's going to have to choose between one of them, and he's probably going to pick Statlander, and they're going to go both full heel. There's obviously a chance that Willow goes, but I think it's I think it's more obvious now that it's going to be Statlander after now that Willow has the title shot against Julia, and if Willow beats Julia, which I think is probably likely.
Yeah, Julia's been the champ for a little while now.
Yeah. I think I could see that being likely, but there's also a thing is like if Willow wins, how do you not do Mercedes and Willow sooner? Because that's gonna happen soon, and you can't have Willow have a fucking month-long title reign. So and they've been teasing, and it's not like they haven't been teasing Julia and Mercedes, because that has absolutely been happening. They've gotten physical. So what I think is that Willow is probably going to lose to Julia by the means of Statlander, maybe not even intentionally, maybe she accidentally screws her over, or Stokely does something to the fact where Stokely puts Statlander in the position to fuck over Willow in some capacity, because Stokely really doesn't like Willow all that much. He's just kind of playing along. And then that could just keep Julia with the title. But that's the other thing, too. Because then you'd have a feud. Then, I mean, you wouldn't have to go into a feud with Willow and Statlander right away, because there would kind of be uncertainty between those two. But then you could have your match with Mercedes and Willow. But I don't know if I didn't think they were going to do this. You're probably going to end up having Mercedes take the title off Julia, if they're going to end up wrestling. So it's probably going to end up being Mercedes and Julia at Double or Nothing for the title.
Yeah.
Unless they take it off of her, put it on Willow, and do Willow and Mercedes for the title at Double or Nothing instead. But I could see them having 2 women's matches on that Double or Nothing. Well, 3 actually with the women's world title match. But on that Double or Nothing show, they could do Mercedes and Julia. They could do Willow and Statlander, and they could do Tony Storm and whoever is her challenger by then.
Speaking of,
it's nice they're gonna have. It's nice they're gonna have Mercedes not in the women's title picture for a little bit, because we don't know when Jamie's gonna get back. Because obviously Jamie never, she barely really ever lost her title. But
speaking
she got fucked over. But
of Double or Nothing, though, Double or Nothing is moving back to the MGM Grand Garden Arena, where it all started. That is also a telltale sign of the sad ticket sales dwindling down for them, unfortunately. They had to go back to those small arenas, which is understandable.
I would too, because last year's Double or Nothing, that crowd was fucking trash. So I remember that.
True.
And that was like a full packed out show too.
Yeah, because people were just there to see Punk.
What?
Oh, it was. Well, wasn't Punk around at the time?
Wasn't on that show.
It was on the show,
I believe.
Yeah, I don't even remember at
But
this point.
it's like it was at this point, like, it's like I think now AEW is gonna go back to those smaller arenas, which is like good, because one,
Bless you.
you get more of your hardcore crowd back, pretty much, like the people that are diehard AEW fans, like what like what we are. But yeah, because like
there's also that, and there's also the fact too that they might not have the arena space because UFC.
that too.
Mm.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
There's UFC. UFC. There's also they have first dibs at TD Garden, and if they don't have any dates in May, where they can't, not TD Garden, it was T-Mobile Arena. If they don't have any dates with the T-Mobile Arena, UFC is gonna get first dibs at that.
Yeah.
Also, they probably have that booked in advance because number one, there's a looming McGregor fight coming soon. We don't know when.
Who?
I doubt it's gonna be in May. Conor McGregor.
No. But who's he fighting?
Most likely Michael Chandler.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. And fucking McGregor could be fighting this fucking Sora amiibo. McGregor.
I saw 2 of those today, by the way.
A McGregor fight is the whole goddamn fucking county's getting shut down for that. So
True. Very true.
So it depends on. We'll probably know by the time of the show, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a smart play for right now. We'll see.
All right. After
Christian,
this,
I'm not joking. I actually saw 2 of those.
You should have
today.
got one, to be honest. That's going to be a collector's item very soon.
I should have. I had the money for it.
So
how much was it? What are they, like 30-ish?
I mean, retail for amiibos is 15, but you're not going to find an amiibo of a certain character like that for anything less than 30.
I
Gotcha.
know that because my
Sorry, Zach.
I have every single amiibo, like all of them are like fucking different prices.
my Little Mac amiibo cost me 30. I have 2.
I should have got that.
One's fucking broken, but it still works. That's because it was my backpack.
The only duplicates of amiibo I have a Diddy Kong, which I bought for a friend, but I never gave it to him. Even I don't know why.
The only reason why I got amiibos because of a YouTuber I watched did a series where he would train them.
I have 3 Banjo-Kazooie amiibos. Don't ask. And I have 2 Sephiroth amiibos because I needed one in the box and I needed one out. And I also
saw a Cloud one too.
Yeah, I should. I mean that came out a while ago. Like I should have had 2 Clouds, but I only have 1 Sora. I need to get another Sora.
I was hoping to get a Terry Bogart one, but I just couldn't.
I am not taking this shit out of the box, so I need another Sora. But I can't spend money because my boys want to go on a fucking cruise, and they better hope it's not the same day as Forbidden Door. Because if it is, I'm not fucking going.
I need to I need to get a job fast for Forbidden Door, because I will try my damnedest to get to that show.
Yeah, I've been saving money since 2019, just putting $20 in the drawer every now and then, and I didn't even know what the fuck I was saving for. Literally had no clue.
And now you know.
Now I have like and I opened. I'm like, holy shit! I actually kind of have something here. So it's like, bro. And I have my paycheck. So I'm like, you know what? I'll blow this on Forbidden Door. But if I have to go on this fucking cruise, they need to announce that fucking date, because I need to know this shit. Like, this is the most crucial date. I actually need to know this.
Oh, same for me.
So if there's ever a fucking leak of Forbidden Door's date, I need to know that ASAP.
Well, just keep your the notifications on for Zarian, because he'll have it.
I'm not fucking doing that shit. I'll go ask him myself.
But no, but I said, but like with what I was saying before, Mike, I have amiibos too. I have Snake, Captain Falcon, and 2 Little Macs. I trained them.
I got the whole Smash roster. I got all. I'm not gonna get into this. I
just trained them because there was a YouTuber I watched. He did like a thing like where he would train them and he would have his friends try to beat them in like a best of like 3 series.
What, fucking James from the Creatures?
Yep.
Septar?
Yep, Septar and Mactar.
I know, I had the shirt. I told you, see that?
Mm-hmm. Clocked me.
I miss those fucking guys, bro. God damn it.
Yeah, then Cow Chop happened. Then Cow Chop stopped.
I fucking love those guys, bro. I fucking love James and Alex. God damn it. Come back, bro. It was the boys back in the day. Now everybody's a fucking pedophile. Fucking shit. And it's fucking. What happened to the boys?
Besides them, they
Okay.
they just
That's
do
what I'm
Twitch
saying. Those guys
streams.
are the boys, and it all got blown up because of a fucking female.
Well, that
Go
was the
fig.
creatures. Then everything
know.
got blown up with Cow Chop because of James's ankle.
Yeah, go figure.
Quite literally blowing up.
Yeah, I remember that episode too. That shit was funny as fuck.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Battle
after
Black
this, so the women's match, Willow does win. Julia comes out, hits Willow with a title, and
Yeah. That was it.
it was just a stare down between.
Hey, there's a lot of
Yeah.
there's a lot of this is the first.
Yeah, there was multiple stare
There's a
downs.
lot of women doing a lot of shit on this
Mhm.
show, and that's pretty good. So, yeah,
Yeah, because we had a Julia stare down with Mercedes, then we had Mercedes staring down Willow. It was a lot going on here.
Next up, we had Dustin Rhodes, I believe, and the Butcher talking about, hey,
It's a natural musk. It's my mustache.
yeah,
That
we want to wrestle.
that popped me.
We want to wrestle.
In a bunkhouse
So they're
match.
gonna wrestle. No, they're not. It's a regular match.
I thought they because I
He
know.
just said
fuck-
No, they referenced.
No, he just
the
yeah.
bunkhouse
Remember
match.
when they literally just remember when we did that? Yeah. All right, let's just wrestle. So they're gonna wrestle on Rampage. That's a Rampage match if I've
all
ever
right,
seen it.
I thought
But
they were doing
anybody-
a bunkhouse. All right.
But anyway, we had Tony Storm and fucking classic movies guy from TSN.
He's the
and
I
they-
remember he's like the I think nephew of the guy who wrote All About Eve. Or that
Yeah.
movie that they're referencing for the Mariah May.
I've seen this guy somewhere before, and I can't fucking put my finger on it. I've seen him somewhere before. I don't know where. Not a movie, not like a TV show. I've seen this guy. I don't know if it's just because it's a white guy with big hair and like fucking glasses that I mean I've probably seen a couple of those, but I've seen this fucking guy before. And something's telling me I know where it is, but I just got to do a little looking. It's got to come to me. I got to figure this out because it's fucking annoying me. Like I've seen this motherfucker before. I've seen him. Damn it! But they were here to fucking like Tony Storm. They were here just there to talk about how great Tony Storm is, and Tony was like, "Hey, chin up." He's like, "Okay, chin up," and then he said, "Tits out." He's like, "I'm not saying that. Watch for the shoe. What does that mean?" And then Tony throws a fucking shoe because you know what? You gotta watch for it. But that was
And
it.
he's like, now that makes sense.
I think I know. No way.
What?
I think I've. Hold on. I gotta fucking investigate. Hold up.
Okay.
next-
Next up we had the second of two vignettes. Swerve's vignette, hyping up the main event again, saying how he's going to beat Takeshita and go on to face Samoa Joe again. And after that, we go to the second tag match of the night in the tag tournament. Orange Cassidy and Trent versus the Undisputed Kingdoms, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven.
Wardlow not to
And-
be seen for that one. He was supposed to help them, remember? He failed to help them.
Yes.
And well, they helped them keep their titles. He said.
I-
This is just a tournament match.
Yeah, Ben Mego. I'm not sure. Yeah, he was in White House Down. If that
I'm
does
not
anything.
talking about movies.
Alright.
It is. Holy shit!
So where is he
No
from?
way, dude. So
Where's
I
he
watched.
from?
So there's this. I mean, I'm not trying to get into political shit here because I think it's fucking stupid. But there was a viral video back during the 2016 election from this guy named Dame Pesos, this Mexican guy who made a video about the election. It got 5.2 million views. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. Fucking hilarious. Because I think this whole political shit's a clown show.
Mhm.
But it was a reaction. It was the Young Turks' reaction. It was like they're melting down after the election when Trump won. He's on it. He was on the panel. That's why I did, because I've watched this video like 7 times. It's fucking hilarious. That's him. Holy shit, dude. I figured this out finally. Dude, I can't believe this.
The more
way.
you know.
Damn, bro, a Young Turk. Imagine if he was like cool. Those guys are kind of fucking retarded. Imagine if he was like the Turks from Final Fantasy VII. Not joking. There's a bunch of there's 4 secret agents in Final Fantasy VII called the Turks, and they're really cool. They're not like these fucking bozos right here. Anyway, we had what do we have? We had the Undisputed Kingdom versus not Roddy, versus Orange Cassidy and Trent.
With Roddy versus.
Yeah. Versus Orange Cassidy and Trent. And yeah, this is pretty good. Nothing really to sing home about.
Yeah, just a fun match.
Roddy tried to get involved here, but Chuck countered and he cheated for them to win. So if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And they got rolled up. Trent ended up getting a jackknife cover on Bennett, or Taven. I think it was Bennett. And they advance. And so Orange Cassidy and Trent Barretta are going to be wrestling the Young Bucks next week to see who advances the Dynasty.
But you forgot to mention too now. They're celebrating. Fucking the EVP music hits, and they're coming up on the EVP Vader.
Yeah, and they went down on the EVP Vader.
I'm waiting for them to do like a bit where it gets stuck and they get the shit beat out of them as it gets stuck.
They gotta fucking crawl out.
No, but it's like they're either trying to go like down, trying to escape from someone, then just gets like stuck halfway down. This like a brawl starts happening at that point, or even like say if like either like the House of Black, bless you, the House of Black or Blackpool Combat Club, they fight them, and they just.
Dude, I get sick.
What?
I get sick once a year. It's the fucking third time a year.
There's what is it? Fucking so like say they're in a program with like the House of Black or Blackpool Combat Club, and they're coming up with the Vader instead of like the BCC coming through the crowd. They come out second, but they end up being behind the Bucks and just start pushing them off the ramp area.
Find out about that Vader. That shit's dangerous.
Oh well.
That shit doesn't stop you getting crushed.
Time for them to learn.
Vader. Costs money.
Time for them to learn today. All right. So
after that, we're hardest working woman in professional wrestling. Back in the Renee.
Yeah, fucking Marvez needs to stop taking these days off.
With Kyle O'Reilly.
Renee's not working hard enough.
Yeah,
Marvez needs to stop taking these fucking days off.
Not working hard enough, damn it. Anyway, she's talking to Kyle O'Reilly. I asked him about his first match. He defeated Brian Keith. And then the Undisputed Kingdom came down and celebrated with him. And he's like, nah, my opinion's not changed. I'm not going with him. I'm going to do this by myself. In Collision, I'm going to have another match. So he's going to be wrestling again on Collision, which is good because
and Collision back on normal time.
Because Kyle, he actually looked great in his return match against Brian Keith. He looked very, very good. He's shaking off the rust. He's only going to get better from here. So very excited to see more of Kyle O'Reilly. We don't know his opponent yet, but yeah, very good. And after this, they had an Adam Copeland vignette saying how he wants to move on from Christian Cage, and he's going to be doing the Cope Open on Collision this Saturday. And he's going to be doing the open challenges. So it's like this is like reminds me of John Cena's open challenge for the U.S. title back in the day. So we're going to do the Cope Open for the TNT title. I think this is going to be really cool. And I really like the Cope Open, how he was doing it earlier. So I think this is all going to amount to him and Daniel Garcia at Dynasty, because there was never a resolution to that match that they had because it ended in DQ because Nick Wayne got involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where we're headed for there. But yeah, very excited for that match and to see who's gonna step up to Copeland. And I think it's good that the chapter is closed on Christian and Adam Copeland right now, because they're obviously gonna return to it at some point. But yeah, it's pretty good for them to go this different ways for a little bit.
All right.
And after this, we had the Rampage rundown, which was the Butcher and
his musky mustache.
Which I think that's it. That's the only thing we know about Rampage. And Collision, I think we only got one on here too. It's gonna be Vincent Dutch and Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Katsuyori Shibata.
Well, they actually went through a couple matches. I just forgot to take the pictures of the lower left corner of the screen like I usually do. So I'm gonna go back and rewind.
We got the infantry versus FTR in a tournament match. We got Big Bill and Ricky Starks versus Top Flight in a tournament match, and we got Adam Copeland. That's the Rampage rundown. I think Shibata being with the BCC is really cool. I wouldn't mind if they actually put him in it. I think he would fit like a glove in terms of the BCC. He matches their style. He matches what they are. So I think that would be cool if they did that, but I doubt it. I think it's just going to be a one-time thing here. But yeah, that's what we got going on Rampage, on Rampizzle, Rancheezy. But anyway, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
From that, yeah, very excited to see Shibata and Danielson and Claudio on the same team. That's actually pretty fucking cool, dude.
But now, it's
time
for the main event.
Oh, by the way, Christian, since we spoke about this earlier, awesome game.
I played the original.
Speaking of fucking, it's time for the main event. They brought that motherfucker back last week.
Yeah, we talked about
Rampage. Oh yeah, we did. I forgot. Never mind. I'm lying.
Yeah,
anyway,
I said, and you didn't agree. Mike kind of agreed that we are the reason.
Yes.
Why?
No,
we are the reason. God damn it.
No, we're not, bro. Mark Henry don't watch this punk ass show, bro.
Nah, but Tony Khan definitely did.
We're the reason.
Let me tell you something though. Mark Henry's son. Have you ever seen that kid? That boy is gonna be a hell of a pro wrestler one day. That boy is fucking his dad to a T. Oh my god, bro! That kid is fucking deadlifting like fucking damn near like 600 pounds and something.
No, that was me. Yeah.
Okay. So, but no, but yeah, we so the main event, Swerve Strickland taking on Takeshita. What a fucking match! These guys put on a clinic. I tried to pay attention to it, but right now I'm also like still exhausted from this move.
This was an excellent match. This was absolutely unbelievable. These two. I mean, what do you expect? What the fuck do you think you're gonna get in ring when you get a Swerve versus Takeshita announcement? Are you crazy? You're gonna get some fucking heat. That's what we got here. This is hard hitting. This was calculated. There was points of this match where like this was a pay-per-view match. So absolutely a pay-per-view match.
Oh yeah.
This could have easily been a world title match. This could be a future world title match in a year or so when Swerve's the champ. But I loved this match. I thought this was excellent. I mean, these boys were fucking kicking out of everything. Swerve was kicking out all the Takeshita shit. Takeshita was kicking all out of. I think he kicked out of what? Fucking 2 Swerve stomps.
Yeah.
I mean, the one spot where he kicked out of the Swerve stomp and he's like, and I was like, what the fuck? What the holy shit? And then fucking Takeshita is getting up and then he does the jumping knee. And then as he's doing the jumping knee, Swerve fucking, and he's about to pick up Swerve to give him like the fucking, just like a big power bomb. He basically does a Swerve stomp midair onto Takeshita. That was a crazy spot. It looked like if Cameron Grimes is caving. But that was an unbelievable spot. I mean, Takeshita, I don't know how anybody is not knocked out by his forearm strikes, because they fucking smash you. He's kneeing these guys in the face. The Blue Thunder, Takeshita is just on a whole nother level. You got guys, AEW has such a great core of guys in their prime right now with Swerve, Ospreay, Takeshita, Okada. Jesus Christ. If you're a booker, like, look at what you got at your disposal right now. Oh, I could book Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita on my television show on weekly television? Really? Why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
That's what should be happening. And fuck, dude. This shit was fucking crazy. I thought this was excellent. Swerve finished him with the Swerve stomp, and then he hit him with the big pressure, which used to be the JML driver, and he put down Takeshita.
Why did they change the name of that?
Well, they didn't change. Swerve changed it in the last match.
Okay.
Actually, it was Swerve changed it at the pay-per-view because it didn't make sense. So what the fuck is a JML driver? The JML is this, like this hand sign, like because that's what it means. I'm like,
Yeah, but there's also this in sign language mean I love you too.
Yeah, but yeah, it didn't make it. I don't know. I mean, he's had the move for years since the Indies, so I don't know what it meant back then, but it didn't make sense anymore, and it didn't fit his character. And Big Pressure is the name of his theme song, so it makes a lot of sense. So, it was a good change. But he puts Takeshita down. Samoa Joe, they were cutting to him often during this match while he was watching in the back, and he cuts a quick. He cuts a quick promo. He cuts a quick promo on Swerve, and he says, "Swerve, I'm coming to you. You mess with the wrong guy. He's gonna show him what he's like, and it's confirmed that we're getting Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW Championship at Dynasty."
Yeah, he's like
another.
You think you're gonna walk into Dynasty and expect a different result from last time, but you're not that man.
Yep. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
So another reason why he could be just getting rid of it is because also is when he was teaming with David Starr. That's like get rid of David Starr.
He's had it before that.
No, but but it was when he was like, he was with his team when he was there. I'm just looking at stuff, trying to put pieces together.
Wasn't that guy like a communist or some shit?
No, a pedophile.
Oh, all right,
I believe.
Wrong one.
I believe a pedophile. I'm not 100%. Either that or he like sexually assaulted.
What a world we're in today. Which one was he again? What a world.
He's the one that had the good match with Orange Cassidy.
I don't.
The one on Beyond.
Yeah.
Well.
That's the one we're in today. Oh, which one was he again?
Either the pedophile or the sexual assault.
One of them is not good.
None
of them are good.
Yeah, no.
Multiple choice. Multiple choice. None of them are good.
Okay, yeah, it was sexual assault by a former girlfriend.
Oh. Maybe he's with Joey Ryan working at Disneyland.
Oof. Or he's with Jimmy Havoc delivering fucking packages.
Yep. It happens.
So yeah, this match was just great. Strickland is now number one contender to take on Joe at Dynasty. It's gonna be a great match. It's gonna be a great show.
Card.
Oh yeah.
This card is shaping up very, very strongly. Just talking about the card, what we have confirmed right now. We have Joe and Swerve. We have Danielson and Ospreay. We have Okada and seemingly Pac. We have Mercedes' in-ring debut seemingly against Kris Statlander. We have Willow and Julia Hart. We have Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. Maybe even with Deanna in there, I could see as a triple threat. We're probably getting the Bucks and FTR, Garcia and
no, we are getting
Copeland.
the Bucks and FTR. That's not probably.
Garcia and Copeland, Bullet Club Gold and the Acclaimed. It's like Jesus Christ, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. This card is shaping up.
Good lines going.
To be really something special.
Like I've said every week.
And that's not even speaking about we still don't know the international title match. It might be a rematch between Orange and Roddy. We still don't know fucking the actually no, we do know. Yeah, we still don't know the continental title match. Not continental, international title match. Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe are going to wrestle for the Ring of Honor World Championship at the Death Before Dishonor actually at the Supercard show. So I don't think Eddie's going to end up on this show unless he's in a feud. You're probably going to get Mark Briscoe and Malachi maybe because they've been feuding.
Yeah, that might be a 0-hour match.
I wouldn't even say 0. I think they could just have that as a regular match. But yeah, there's a lot of great shit to be excited for in this pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is shaping up to be extremely good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So, wrestler of the week, I'm gonna give it to Katsuyori Shibata. Fucking great talent, great dude. I'm so fucking tired, guys.
All right.
I feel you.
Hey, Michael.
I'll go with Swerve.
Not bad. Not bad at all. This week, we'll give it to fucking. You know what? Let's give it to the fucking absolute GOAT right now. Not GOAT, but fucking he's absolutely unreal right now. Konosuke Takeshita. The guy is on a fucking generational run right now in terms of matches. Guy's out of his fucking mind. Anybody, that was good.
Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate you all for watching, and we'll catch you next week.